My name is Parveen. I live in Broadfield, Crawley, West Sussex. I've been here about 12 years. Before I was living in London.
But it says here you've got connections since the 1970s.
Yeah, so my uncles and some of my cousins have been in Crawley maybe earlier than the 70s actually, I'm not 100% sure, but because of Gatwick Airport and industry and business and work, a lot of people migrated from Kashmir. So I was actually born in a place called Azad Kashmir, which is between India and Pakistan, and a lot of the people that came in the 60s and 70s from that part of the world, a lot settled in Crawley.
Yeah. And of course, as you say, a lot of the migration was to do with jobs and...
Yeah, and I think that's important. I think a lot of migrations is about economics really, and jobs and work.
Yeah.
And so that's quite an interesting pattern actually that's happened in Crawley. But yeah, it's interesting, people move to different countries for different reasons.
Obviously, as people have been here for so long now, they're now becoming the older generations.
Yeah, the older generation have been here quite a long time now, and it's interesting how they used to live and their perspective on life, and now the younger generation. So, I mean, I'm from the South Asian community, so I've seen the development, I've seen the kind of progress that people have made. So people that have worked at Gatwick Airport, for example, most of them were probably not highly educated, some of them were, but they've come to work and kind of survive here, and then their kids have gone to be professionals, doctors, lawyers, teachers, dentists. So it's quite interesting the elements of the older and the younger South Asian families that are currently here in Crawley.
Yeah, you mentioned the younger generations. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are they now into doing, whatever?
Well, they're professional. Most of them are professional, lots of things. There's different elements and different layers of the South Asian community, and from my community, the Kashmiri community, very highly educated, professional, very much maybe working in London and coming back and living in Crawley, so there's that element as well. But yeah, no, I think they've progressed a lot. They've got ambition, they've got money, they've got things that their parents probably didn't have, but it's their parents' sacrifice that has made them what they are today. And I think it's interesting, and we talk about belonging to Crawley, and I have spoken to a lot of people from my community, and they do feel they do belong to Crawley, but they've also got their parents' birth countries. So for example, for me, even though I've only been here 10, 12 years, I do feel part of Crawley. I do feel part that I belong here, I'm part of it, I put a lot of input into it, I do a lot of voluntary work, I work for charity here as well. So I think we talk about belonging to Crawley. I think the younger generation are much more in tune with what's happening in Crawley and part of it. Whereas the elder generation, they do have this extra element of their past and their roots and their heritage and their identity, which is from their birth countries.
You talked about giving back, and I think that's a very important part, because when you do give back, you integrate far more into the community around you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, when I came to Crawley from London, I felt like Crawley should be giving me something, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I was kind of isolated, I didn't have many friends here, so you do kind of miss what you had before. But then I started doing a lot of voluntary work, and I started at the museum as well, Crawley Museum, Crawley Library, and other little charities, and I think it's important to give back to where you belong, where you're settled, where your home is. I think you need to give time, give space. I think you need to create something of your own that people can be attracted to, as well as you going to people and engaging with other people and what's going on in Crawley. Yeah, no, and I do want to say that for me, this project is very important. So belonging to Crawley is something that I think we can leave a legacy with for even the younger generation, and something that we should be celebrating, discussing, having conversations about. I think having roots, having a home, having work, all this combination of who we are as individuals, and we become a community and we become a society. So I think for me, Crawley is really exciting now. It's a brilliant place to live. There's diversity, there's different work elements, there's charities here, there's volunteering opportunities, there's a Crawley football club. We have brilliant organisations in Crawley, and I think we need to celebrate Crawley as a beautiful new town that is actually a legacy for the generations to come.